Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, I want you to subscribe to my other YouTube channel, which is Curry Fences, and also follow me on Instagram at Social Studies Miss. So for today's video, as you can see on the screen, we are going to do the not 2011 but 2012, not 2010, I should say 2011. Why am I put 2010? Right, so it's 2011. That's an error. We're going to be doing the 2011 Social Studies paper one. It was not copied so good, and this is the copy that I got, but we're going to try and work with it as best as possible. All right. If you would like a copy of the paper 2010 so that you can see it better, just link me on Instagram at Social Studies Wiz, and I will send it to you via Instagram. All right, so number one says, so for today's video, the repeated questions, I am not going to go into explaining the answers because I've done them in several videos. So we're just going to point out the answers and move on. The new questions that now I'll explain the answers. Right, one says, which of the following persons would be mainly responsible for the socialization of the child in the Caribbean nuclear family? Is it A, aunts, B, cousins, C, parents, D, grandparents? So because it's a nuclear family, mother, father, child, or children, the main agent of socialization is C, parents. 2 says a foster parent is one who A, operates a nursery, B, adopts a child legally, C, works in a children's home, or D, takes care of a child for the state. So a foster parent, D, takes care of a child for the state. It is not one who adopts a child legally. That is adoption, and foster care is different from adoption. Please read up on it. Number 3 says, some adolescents challenge the views and attitudes of adults. Such situation is usually associated with A, generation gap, B, parental pressure, C, sibling rivalry, or D, peer pressure. Answer for number 3 is A, the generation gap. This is the different views held by parents and children concerning matters of everyday life, right? Number 4, the custom of parents selecting future husbands and wives for their children is most closely associated with ancestors from A, Africa, B, India, C, China, D, Europe. Answer is B, India. Number 5, which of the following statements about the changing features of family life is not true of today's Commonwealth Caribbean societies? So it means that 3 of the suggested answers are true and 1 is not true. So you need to find the one that is not true. A says men and women choose their own partners. B says husbands and wives usually treat each other as equals. C says generally families have fewer children. And D says parents are becoming more autocratic. So the one that is not true is D, parents are becoming more autocratic. Presently in today's society, parents are becoming more democratic and some are even laissez-faire, allowing kids to do whatever they choose, right? While some parents allow children to be a part of decision making. So D is not true. Number 6, which of the following best explains the promotion of family planning in the Caribbean? A, to ensure a balance in the numbers between male and female. B, to allow persons to have sexual relationships with chosen partners. C says to give parents control over the number and spacing of their children. D says to teach parents to supervise the activities of their children. Answer for number 6 is C, to give parents control over the number and spacing of their children. Number 7, which of the following would most likely result from a parent's inability to provide for the family? Is it 1, conflict among family members, 2, loss of self-esteem, 3, dislike for religious activities? It says most likely, right? So the most likely results are 1 and 2, conflict among family members and loss of self-esteem. So the answer for number 7 is A, 1 and 2 only. Number 8, Maxine Lewis lives with her unmarried mother and father. This union between her parents can be best described. They are unmarried. So what's the title or the name for their union? A, friending, B, conjugal, C, common law, D, compassionate. Answer is C, common law. Number 9, the main reason why more husbands are now performing household chores is that they A, prefer to remain at home and assist their wives, B, enjoy using labor-saving devices in the home, C, get more time off from work than their wives, or D, are responding to the changing roles of family members. Answer is D, they are responding to the changing roles of family members because they understand that women have to go out and work as well. So husbands now starting to help out with household chores, which was traditionally for the women. Number 10, which of the following statements are true of life in most Caribbean families today as compared to the 1950s? So compared to how things was in the 1950s to now, which of the following statements are true? One says there is more sharing of authority among male and female members. 2 says more female members work for salaries outside of the home. 3 says religion has a stronger influence on the lives of family members. So we can eliminate 3 because religion has a weaker influence in today's society on the life of family members because not a lot of young persons are going to religious institutions like before in the 50s, because in the 50s, especially us as African descent here in the Caribbean, we knew nothing else outside of probably church and school, right? So the answer for number 10 is 1 and 2 only. So that is A. Number 11, which of the following statements support the idea of equal rights for men and women? 1, men and women who do the same job should get the same pay. 2, men and women should maintain traditional roles in the family. 3, men and women should be allowed to share in national decision making. So idea of equal rights, men and women who do the same job should get the same pay. So that's 1. 2 says, men and women should maintain traditional roles. If they maintain traditional roles, it means that the man is going to be the sole breadwinner. He's going to be the decision maker, and the woman should stay home and take care of children. That's not supporting equality. So 2 would be out. 3 says, men and women should be allowed to share in national decision making. Yes, of course, because that shows equality and shows that both sexes are equal. So the answer is 1 and 3 only, B for number 11. Number 12, which of the following social issues are associated with the use of illegal drugs by adolescents? 1, criminal activity. 2, indiscipline. 3, early marriage. 4, poverty. Right? So it's 1 and 2 only. A, criminal activity and discipline. The use of illegal drugs doesn't necessarily twin with poverty. Some persons might say poverty, but not in this case. So it's 1 and 2 only, criminal activity and indiscipline. 13 says, which of the following statements describe how alcohol is regarded in the Caribbean? 1, it's an illegal substance. 2, a substance that is sometimes abused. 3 says a substance that is tolerated in certain social situations. All right, so firstly, we know that alcohol is not illegal, it is legal. So we know that 1 is out. So it's a substance that is sometimes abused by people because they get drunk and do foolishness, yes. And it is tolerated in certain social situations, like if you go parties or if you go to weddings, right? Then alcohol is consumed. So the answer is 2 and 3 only, C for number 13. Number 14 now, which of the following is the least likely effect of drug abuse on family life by one or both parents? Least likely. So 3 are great, 1 is least. So you need to find one that is least likely. A says physical abuse of children. B says increased rivalry among siblings. C says insufficient money for children's education. D says emotional tension among family members. So the answer for number 14 is A. Sorry, no, not A for 14. B, increased rivalry among siblings, because yeah, least effect of drug abuse, because yeah, they can be under the influence and physically abuse the children, right? So the answer is B, increased rivalry among siblings, because that not have anything to do with the drug abuse. Number 15, members of a formal group are more easily identified than those of an informal group, because remember the key word there is identified. So how can we easily identify members of a formal group? Is it A, formal groups have written rules? B, formal groups serve the community. C, members of formal groups display similar behavior. Or D, members of formal groups are likely to wear uniforms or badges. So to easily identify them, answer is D. Members of formal groups are likely to wear uniforms or badges so that they can be easily identified. Number 16, which of the following terms describe a group of Boy Scouts? Is it A, informal and voluntary, B, informal and voluntary? Sorry, let's do that again. A says informal and involuntary. B says informal and voluntary. C says formal and voluntary. D says formal and involuntary. Answer is C. Boy Scouts is both formal and involuntary. Formal and voluntary. Boy Scouts again for 16 is C. It is both formal and voluntary. Item 17 refers to the following passage. A group of agriculture workers traveling by bus saw a fallen tree across the road. Andrew, the foreman, ordered the others to clear the road while he directed them. Realize this? Andrew, who is the foreman, is the person in charge. He ordered, he didn't ask him, he ordered the men to clear the road while he directed them. So he didn't do much of the actual physical work. So now, 17 says, which type of leadership was displayed by Andrew? A, charismatic, B, autocratic, C, laissez-faire, D, democratic. So we know that it's not charismatic or laissez-faire. So it's between autocratic and democratic. So because he didn't ask them to do it, he ordered them. So that's more autocratic. So the answer for 17 is B, autocratic. Number 18. Which of the following types of leaders is the captain of the school netball team least likely to be? Least likely to be. So 3 there are likely, 1 is least likely. You need to find the one that is least likely. Captain of the netball team. Is it A, elected, B, hereditary, C, nominated, D, designated. So the leader of the netball team would be least likely, hereditary. Netball leader can be elected, they can be nominated, they can be designated by the coach, or so on. So the answer there is B, hereditary. Number 19. Number 19 refers to the following statement. The Baptist, Rastafarians, Optimists, and Girl Guides are all groups. Which of the following are the main reasons why individuals would become members of the groups identified above? Main reason why persons would join these groups. 1, shared interest and activities. 2, search for equal rights and justice. 3 said shared beliefs and values. 4 says common age and sex. So we know that shared interests and activities are in those groups. Search for equal rights and justice. No, not in all the groups. And 3 said shared beliefs and values. Yes. Common age and sex. No, not for religious groups. Probably Girl Guides would be common age and sex, but not for the other groups. So the answer is 1, shared interests and activities, and 3, shared beliefs and values. So the answer is A, 1 and 3 only. Item 20 now is based on the diagram below. So look at the diagram closely. I hope that you can actually see it. So it's Do at the top, arrows pointing to Mike and Danny, then way over to my left is John, and then to my right you have Nutsi and Angelo. So relationships among members of a group. So 26 now says the above diagram shows that there is a close relationship and interaction among A, Do, Angelo, and John. B, Do, John, and Danny. C, Do, Mike, and Danny. D, Angelo, Nutsi, and Mike. So the answer for 26, sorry, why am I saying 26? The answer for 20 is C. There's a close relationship between Do, Mike, and Danny. They're at the top. Right? 21 now says democratic control and open membership are features of A, street gang, B, trade union, C, private company, D, cooperative society. Answer for 21 is D, cooperative society. All right, 22. Which of the following is not a role of trade union? So 3 are roles of trade union, 1 is not. So you need to find the one that is not. A, monitoring safety of workers at the workplace. B, reporting negligent workers to management. C, collective bargaining for workers' welfare. Or D, educating workers about their rights on the job. So one there that is not a role of trade union is B, reporting negligent workers to management. That is for the supervisors at the work, not for trade unions. Item 23 refers to the following statement. Country X claims territorial rights to country Y. The claims mentioned in the statement above are most likely to lead to A, domestic conflict in country X, B, social stratification in country Y, C, international conflict between countries X and Y, or D, economic cooperation between country X and Y. So the claiming control of another country. Again, country X claims territorial rights of country Y. Remember, both countries would have been independent. So it's going to cause an international conflict between countries X and Y. So the answer is C for number 23. 24, the name given to governmental schemes which provide cash benefits for workers who become injured on their job is A, that is Provident Fund, B, accident insurance, C says dependence fund, or D says national insurance. So because it is government, answer is D, national insurance. 25, a budget has a deficit when expenditure is A, less than revenue, B, equal to revenue, C, greater than revenue, D, sufficient to finance development. Answer is C. There's a deficit when expenditure is greater than revenue. 26 refers to the following statement. Mr. Grant is an elected member of parliament. His role in the House of Representatives is that of regulating debates and guiding other members on matters of procedure. The information given in the statement above suggests that Mr. Grant is A, Prime Minister, B, Secretary to the Cabinet, C, Leader of Government's Business, or D, Speaker of the House of Representatives. E is D, Speaker of the House of Representatives. 27. A country's constitution may be changed by A, a referendum, B, national elections, C, national registration, D, local government elections. Answer is A, referendum. 28, a body of principles and rules defining the relationship of the government to the people is referred to as A, a constitution, B, a corporation, C, federation, D, institution. Answer for 28 is A, constitution. 29 now, national sovereignty refers to a nation's A, obligation to support the work of the United Nations, B, willingness to fight off external aggression, C, need to maintain democratic institutions, or D, status as independent and self-governing. Answer for 29 is D, status as independent and self-governing. So that is national sovereignty. All right. So hopefully either later today or tomorrow, I will post the part 2 to this from questions 30 to question 60. Remember to like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe. Also subscribe to my other YouTube channel, which is Curry Fences, and that's a lot of social commentary and fun and games. All right, go over to my Curry Fences channel because I will posting another video at 12 o'clock on Curry Fences. Curry Fences, right? It's going to be Never Have I Ever, the church edition, because I sat with a group of my church people and we did one. It was really fun, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. All right, remember to also follow me on Instagram at Social Studies Wiz. That's Social Studies Wiz on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the support. All right, have a good day now.